everybody. Welcome to Flipper Flicks. It's not real. And you know what it also isn't? It also isn't epic, okay? You know what is epic? Doing these shots, going out there and dancing. I'm Sam.
All right, Glenn.
What?
I was trying to find the part because doesn't throughout that whole episode he say something where like, it's not real life. It's not real life. Like I was trying.
Not interactive. Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole episode is about false reality. They're playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm Adam.
It connects perfectly.
And I'm Tim.
You said that already.
He wanted to say it
No, I
twice.
didn't.
What
I did not.
reality are you in?
The seventh, actually. I'm the seventh son of the seventh son of the seventh son.
Wrong movie.
And then,
Yeah.
so I'm going to be a werewolf. Wait, I thought that was Tim.
Yeah, that's definitely Tim. He's got that cold. You got to pick something else.
I want to suck your blood.
I knew he was going to go vampire.
Yeah. Got a Twilight situation here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Lost Boys.
We did not watch Lost Boys. We did not watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We
Or
did
a
not
werewolf
watch
movie.
Twilight. We watched
Or a werewolf
Mazes and
movie.
Monsters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is none of those things. And yeah. But anyway, it is on. We watched it on Peacock TV.
Cock TV, yeah.
And Tim, where did you watch it?
Tubi.
And I think it's also on Crackle.
Yeah, I think it's
on
everywhere.
Crackle. Yeah, it's on a lot of things.
Which is surprising because none of us have heard of it. But anyway, moving on. The synopsis for this is bound together by a desire to play mazes and monsters, Robbie and his 3 college classmates, I can't keep doing it, decided to move the board game
She needs her glasses.
into the local legendary cavern. The runtime for this film is
It's
1
97
hour
minutes.
and 47 minutes, and it's rated
107 minutes.
PG. It's rated PG, guys,
Oh, that's good.
which makes sense. I think. I don't think there's anything too.
Are you trying to do
Crazy.
like a phone worker voice, Sam?
I just was leaning into the fact that I'm sick right now, so I was like, "Ooh, I like how that sounds." I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep rolling.
that
with
sounds
it.
sounds like you're trying to.
Oh no, that's not what I was going for.
Okay.
I was just listening to the fact that my voice sounded different, and I was like, "Nice."
Or you could have been trying to go from like a movie from the 1960s, which is what this film looked like it was from.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
It did not seem like 1983. I thought it was much older.
Dude, Star Wars came out before this. Star Wars.
Dude, okay, so is this an independent film?
I don't know.
Because I was like, did they just have like not a lot of budget and that's why it still looks shitty? Or does did nobody see this movie and they're like, we're not gonna waste our time remastering it? Like, why does it look so bad? And also,
Really bad.
why did they shoot 90% of it in the dark? Like, I understand once we get into the cave, cool. But we're in the daylight the rest of the time. Like, they don't need to be in the dark.
Holy shit, it was made for TV.
Oh.
We could have done a straight to TV movie for this.
Okay, so maybe they didn't have the best situation.
Yeah, the distributor's only
Yeah.
CBS.
What
They
the
got no,
fuck?
they don't have any money, right?
They don't have any money. Not in 87.
81. You were
81.
close. Or 2, depending on when you want to count
Oh
it.
my god. But it was distractingly terrible. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god. And I figured like, okay, we've seen old movies this season. So I kept racking my brain of like, did Throw Mama from the Train look this bad? No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Did Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? No, this is so bad.
Let's go back to the 50s and the 90s, like The Blob,
Yeah.
or 60s.
Yeah.
And it looked
Yeah,
better than
I mean,
this.
Yeah, the Blob seriously looked better than this.
Which is like, what the fuck?
I don't-
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I also love
Maybe
how,
they were going for a certain look and they just fucked it up and said whatever.
Maybe.
or maybe that
Yeah.
was the look they were going for, and they didn't fuck it up, and it's just fucky.
Yeah. And I also have beef with like the opening credit scene. It looks like every other thing. Like, we're driving in a
I skipped
taxi.
it forward.
Like,
You skip
As soon
forward.
as I saw that and the music started, I skipped through it.
I don't blame you. Like, you've seen it a
Yeah.
million times from old movies
Yeah,
or
I was
TV
like,
shows.
I'm over this. I'm
Yeah.
not watching this.
I'm bored.
Which I guess my next beef point is the music doesn't make any sense for this
the
film.
music is terrible. That montage
Yeah.
of like the love soundtrack, and he's there like running
Go
and shit.
wow wow.
And then they're playing the game again, and it's still the love song. I'm like, what is happening? This is terrible.
Yeah. And like there was always like an underlying like pan flute. Somebody would say
They
something
did
and
have a
it'd be
pan
like,
flute the whole time.
"Doo-loo-loo."
Should they have pulled out the kazoo instead?
Yeah, you should have.
Yes.
Oh my God. So there's a lot to take in just in terms of how it was done.
Well, what about
Yeah.
that dialogue though? Like, I was always afraid to get involved with you because you're so attractive.
I feel
And
like
you're
that's-
really good at making out with people because you're attractive.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've heard people say that in like high school stuff. Like,
Yeah.
So you gotta
I
dismiss it.
swear I've heard people saying shit like that. I'm like, what? Like,
Dude, how old do you think Daniel is? Like in real life, like how old do you think the actor is playing Daniel? Because Sam thought he was like 30. She's like,
Daniel's the blonde.
the
yeah,
blonde
I
one.
wouldn't think he's that old.
He was
He's
23.
probably in his 20s. Yeah.
He was 23, but he looked older.
He did look older than them.
JJ was actually the right age, shockingly.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like
Fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just like me being old, but like
You
I
are an
feel
old
like
fart now.
when I watch movies from back in the day and people are like 20, like they look like they're like 30 or 40 compared to this age's 20-year-olds. Does that make sense?
No, that's
Yeah.
actually a normal thing. It's
Yeah.
just living standards have changed.
Yeah. Like
So.
it's crazy. Cause I was like, that dude is so old. And
What's-
like Tom Hanks, I'm like, he looks old. Like
Yeah, Tom
not
Hanks
as
was.
old as Tom Hanks looks now, obviously.
You also know like those people as older, so watching them when they're younger, sometimes
true.
it's kind of like, oh well, he's older.
Yeah.
So like does not compute in my brain.
Right. The one movie I think of that I know where Tom Hanks is young is Big
Yeah.
Mhm.
or whatever. Yeah, that's the only one I'm like, he's a kid. Like he's literally a kid, you know. But
Yeah. So this movie got released and then it was made for TV, right? So it kind of like died off. CBS quit airing it. But then when Big got nominated, they started bringing it back on TV.
Oh my God.
And then it died off again. And then when he got nominated,
yeah, I wonder why.
yeah, and then when he won the award for Forrest Gump, it came back up again
No.
and died down. So like it
Let
just
it die, man.
it just follows Tom Hanks' career. This man has been running for his life, literally in Forrest Gump.
They're just like, hey, watch this. Tom Hanks did something good again. Watch this. Let's put it on.
Hey Tom Hanks, you remember that time you
Blow
went
off the
fucking crazy?
VCR.
And like the
So
whole
I
go ahead, Tim.
I was just gonna say, I don't know where I got this from, but I saw Tom Hanks, and I swear I saw Steve Martin as well. And so the whole time I'm going,
Where's Steve
where's
Martin?
Steve Martin? I'm like, I want to see Steve Martin without gray hair, and it's just like it just never happened. And then I
Nope.
realized
He's not in
in
this
it.
movie.
I was looking at some of the main characters in the beginning. I'm like, is that Steve Martin when he was?
It
young?
was
Like,
it was Daniel. I think that his blonde hair looked silvery in one scene.
yeah.
Could be.
But I was just, I don't know where I got that from.
I'd be so disappointed, like halfway through the movie, like Steve Martin's not coming.
The fuck is this man? He's got to be the villain. He's gonna appear halfway through.
Yeah, he's gonna appear.
It's gonna be like the Kevin Spacey like thing where he is the villain in Seven,
Yeah. And
Or-
you wait till the very end.
or like at the end of The Sixth Sense, you find out that Bruce Willis actually was the main character
That was Bruce Willis the whole time.
the whole time. No,
The whole time.
crazy twists.
Oh.
Now this movie doesn't have a twist. It just randomly has this guy being like, "I'm seeing things in my sleep, and I'm gonna actually be my monsters and mazes and monsters character."
Yeah.
Which is weird because he doesn't dress up as him, but maybe he sees himself that way.
Yeah,
Could be.
But he never like dresses up as his character,
Yeah.
except for when they're playing.
I will say the best scene in this movie is when he's in the sewers and he's talking to the King of France.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the king of France. It's like,
That doesn't
he,
even
like,
phase
feels-
him. He does.
No.
It doesn't phase him.
Your
How about that
Majesty.
dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
God.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so like the beginning of this film, I was like, okay, whatever, they got to set it up. It's a little rocky. And then they started playing in real life, and I was like, okay, like this is starting to pick up.
Yeah.
I'm feeling this better. And then like it takes a steep downhill dive for me because I was like, then he's missing, and then we've got all the drama. And I also just
Mhm.
think that Daniel didn't need to be in this movie. Like he has what, like
He seems so worthless.
3 lines, maybe.
It's because he's so
Yeah.
attractive.
Yeah.
He's so
He just has to sit
attractive.
So
there and
attractive.
brood.
Yeah.
All of this was JJ's fault too.
Yeah, fucking JJ.
Well, let's be real. Tom Hanks's character of Robbie had some disorder, and it only
Schizophrenia most likely.
kind of like activated it.
Yeah, it like triggered it. Like,
Yeah.
but he had issues with the game in the past, having
Yeah.
difficulties mixing reality with it.
Yeah.
But this was like being put in the actual cave and stuff, and then like, there's this monster coming out, and you could see in the scene he's like freaking out, and it just kind of completely snaps him.
Also, how was he able to see where all three of them, when they fucking split the
hidden cameras,
party?
dude. 1980s hidden cameras.
Javi.
Fucking, like, I was like, how does he know he's over there? If he can see Kate and Daniel down the road, down the cave.
Yeah.
So this whole movie, though, they believe, I don't know if the writer of the book, by the way, this is a book if you want to read it, called Mazes and Monsters.
You're going to pass?
It's going to be a no for you, dog?
Maybe if there's an audiobook, it's better. I don't know.
Anyway, so it's all supposedly sourced from a situation that happened in Michigan State University before the writing of the book and the movie, where a kid went into a tunnel and committed suicide. And apparently he believed he was his character from D&D, but there were a lot of drugs he was on, and he had like a ton of pressure from school and like his parents. It was like 1,000 things, and you know what they did? It's fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
It's D&D, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like we have to address the elephant in the room that like this whole movie is a smear campaign against D&D. Like,
it is. Yeah,
it's
that
horrible.
was so common back then.
Was it? Like,
Yeah.
what other? I mean, I know
That's
people
back when
were.
it was like in. Yeah.
They believed it was really satanic.
I know, but I
They
didn't
did,
know that a
yeah.
movie would be so bold to come out and basically like say that. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I think it was more popular to say that than anything.
Yeah,
probably.
You're actually just feeding the beast rather than fighting it in this case.
I don't know. I still find it wild. Like, I understand
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially now.
I know. Like my DM remembers it because he played back then.
That's awesome.
So like, he was like, yeah, no, that what they say in Stranger Things in season 4 when all the kids are all getting
shat on.
Yeah, that was like, he's like, no, they nailed that scene. That's how it was. Gary Gygax.
That's because they're putting out movies like this.
Yeah. Well,
what the fuck?
I don't know. My D&D sessions, Tim, do not act like they do at their thing. Where like, do you wish to enter the dungeon? Say I. Like, I don't know when you played if you guys did that sort of stuff. I don't know how RP.
Depends on the situation.
Yeah, if you're trying to RP like certain elements, but I don't know. We're not. My group, I guess, doesn't go full role play.
Yeah, it just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys aren't walking around in caves?
I mean, I've walked around
How do you
caves.
know?
I've walked around caves, just not played a game.
Just not as not LARPing.
not as a conjoined sort of situation. Yeah.
Now, I did used to go in the woods when I was a young tot, pretending I was Legolas, smacking trees with swords.
There you go.
Why always Legolas?
What?
I said, why was Legolas? Not like Boromir.
Oh, because I was I had like I had a bow and arrow.
Go hear him.
I had a bow and arrow, so I was like, Legolas
You
is
just
the
said
man.
stick. You were walking around with a stick.
Yeah, but I couldn't shoot a tree with it. I was walking around with the dual wielding sticks.
It's because all the ladies liked Legolas.
Oh yeah.
And so all the dudes were like, I want to be Legolas. Like, come on.
And now everybody's like, no, Aragorn's the
I know.
man.
I was gonna say, as
I was
people
like,
mature.
I like Aragorn. I like Boromir.
Yeah.
I can't remember all their names right now, but
Gimli?
Gimli, yes, Gimli was cool.
Actually, my favorite character is and will always be Pippin.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah.
I can't remember the guy, the Rohirrim's.
Theoden?
Is it Dated?
Are you talking about Carl Urban's character?
Yeah, Carl Urban's character.
Okay, that's Éomer.
Right. Okay.
By the way, I have a weird knowledge of this movie. Same with Sam. Do you know who Sam's favorite character is? Grond.
Only recently because of the Lord of the Rings memes.
Grond is the big wolf, like
Now that
thing.
we're on this tangent, I just want to say Harry Potter memes needs to get their shit together because I have joined a lot of meme subreddits and they are actually funny. And so I was watching Harry Potter and I was like, oh, I'm going to join Harry Potter memes. And I'm like, this shit is not funny. You guys need to get it together. Like they're just putting pictures.
struggling.
Yeah. It's terrible.
That's fantastic.
This is a public service
Yeah,
announcement from Flipperflix.
I want people to get better.
I
at
endorse
this.
it. Tim, do you endorse it? We can make it a full endorsement.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Well, one of the standard rules of D&D, at least my group, is don't split the party. Don't do it.
Yeah. A lot of the times that's a lot of parties' rules, but you know, there's always inevitably somebody that wants to.
Or like the DM will just fissure and make a fissure and split them.
Yeah, like force the party to split. But that's when it's intentional. If you split the party and it's not the DM's sort of intentions for your characters, it's very dire consequences usually.
Yeah, normally stuff is made to fight the amount of players in the group.
Yeah, you want to walk in on your own into some situation. Sorry if you're dead afterwards. That's how I play, but you know.
That's how we play too. And like when JJ is just like, I'm gonna dive into the hole.
Yep.
It's a
He did
trap
that
and you
intentionally,
died.
though.
Oh, he totally did.
He knew what he was doing. He did that just to die so that he could be like, let's go into caves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do the rope trick. You gotta always tie a rope.
Yeah.
And scale down like Bear Grylls.
No. Apparently in Pathfinder, which I've been we've been playing now, is there's a spell called Inside Ropes, where it's your intestines.
Oh,
That's
no.
fun.
It's a cantrip. You can just randomly pull out your innards
Oh my God.
and use it as a rope.
Wow.
I mean, if there's no consequences, why not? You know, free rope.
Also, like just as far as like the story goes, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch this.
Slimy.
Ew.
Dude, but so in this movie, Robbie and Kate were a thing for like 3 minutes, and then he's like, "Hey, you want to move in with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a double bed just for you and I,
Yeah.
me and you."
And she dodged the bullet along, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
sadly, but
JJ and Daniel didn't notice that he was acting weird. He's just staying in character.
Yeah.
yeah, he's a method player. That's all.
He's
He's
Perfect.
always in character.
perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that he's actually schizo, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate for him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
I mean, that end scene when she's narrating and it's like, this is our last one, no dice or anything. It's like, man, that's rough. Like, that's sad. He's stuck in that, you know.
They like flew one who flew the cuckoo's nest at the ending.
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that. Sorry, spoilers.
Yeah.
From a film from the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is arguably better.
Oh yeah, one might be Academy Award winning and the other one not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or nominated even. I don't know if it won.
One that looks like it's actually filmed on, you know, a camera.
It was just a flip phone at the time.
I was gonna say this one was a flip phone.
They didn't even exist.
Exactly.
Well, they had to have a sad ending so that the music could finally fit
The music,
with like
yes.
what was going on. They were
The
like
end.
basically
Yeah.
what they did, I've decided, is they picked that sad ending song and they were like, where else can we put this in the film? And they just put it everywhere. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was some stuff that like irked me, and I don't think it would have irked
Just
me.
some stuff?
Yeah, I still have more that would have irked me more. I don't think it would have irked me as much if some of the other stuff was cleaned up.
Did it irk you?
Yeah, but like for example, they be throwing these big ass parties in their dorm room, and we just saw like the size of Kate's dorm, and it won't fit 50 people. Like it doesn't make
Did JJ
sense.
get a bigger dorm because he's a genius?
Maybe.
16-year-old.
We could say that.
Also, we haven't talked about his hats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's with the hats? I want to know what's going on with the hats.
Yeah.
He's just always, you know, in a different character.
He's eclectic.
That's a nice way to say it.
he also ambushes people at bulletin boards, which
Who
is
does
like,
that?
Yeah.
Why?
He's waiting for it.
Oh, you seeing my bulletin board there? I'm the guy who does the mazes and monsters and mayhem.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, JJ. And it's like, that's
I'm the
creepy
guy
as
that makes
fuck.
people lose their minds.
Yeah, seriously.
But it was not my fault.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Strictly speaking, from the wordplay standpoint, gotta wrap that up. She has a talking sword, which I don't know that we ever really see it, but her character
He has a
one,
dagger.
and he has his little pokey thing. And so we got that covered. I think I covered sword. And then books fall in the library for no fucking reason in that scene. I don't know if they were just trying to be like, Kate and Robbie met. Ooh. But like that scene made no sense and could have been cut.
Or
there was falling.
you could do the falling of when JJ jumped into a hole and fell to his death.
That. Yeah.
That,
There's a
or
couple
he
options.
stabs the guy, he falls over, or when he thinks he can fly and he's about to jump.
He's
he would've
about to
fallen.
learn how to
So he
fall.
would've fallen.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What would have been really crazy is if there was no falling in this whole movie, and then we get to the end, and Sam's like, "Oh my God, he's gonna jump, and I'm gonna get my falling."
Oh my gosh. I would have been pissed if I didn't deliver on the wordplay and we sat through this. Let's just say that.
Oh, I
Well,
wonder
I'm
how.
just glad he didn't end up dead.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. I also am really glad that this movie keeps coming up every time Tom Hanks gets nominated for an Academy Award.
I want everyone else to suffer.
CBS is like,
Yeah.
what do we got in our Tom Hanks library? Mazes and Monsters. Have you guys seen that? Nah. Ah, fuck it. Let's put it on.
Throw it on. What's this about? Then afterwards, just like,
Why?
what did I just make
Oh
people
my
watch?
Yeah, exactly.
You still got that beef,
There were
girl?
definitely. Oh yeah, you got beef.
No, I'm done with
Oh,
my beef.
okay. What were you gonna say, Tim?
There are actually like bits and pieces of this I liked. I just like the idea of it. Really,
Oh
it was
yeah.
executed poorly and stuff, but
Yeah.
They
I like
fumbled
the
it.
idea of it, and I think it could have. Yeah, it could have been a pretty good film, but.
But then it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was not.
Falls apart.
Spoiler.
So this movie is not on Rotten Tomatoes. So we got Letterboxd instead. It got a
Nice.
2 out of 5.
Uh,
IMDb with a 4.2 out of 10. That's so
absolutely
low.
not. It should be lower.
Google with a 56%. 1 in 2 people on Google flip this movie on.
Who are these people? Who are these people?
Yeah, Sam, you go first.
These people
CBS
must
and Tom
be,
Hanks.
yeah, like CBS executives for sure. And also anybody that just like likes Tom Hanks and they're willing to look
Yeah.
past everything else. I
Yeah,
think.
people are going to be like, yeah, Tom Hanks' first leading role was big. No. It's Mazes and Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should come as no shock based on everything I've been saying. But I think I put 2s and 1s for literally everything. I don't know what I was so generous giving 2s out for at this point. Like,
I was more generous, but
yeah, like they all deserve to be 1s. But anyway, so I feel very strongly about flipping this off, and my algorithm agrees this movie needs to be swept away. And I would agree that it's as bad as Swept Away.
oh yeah, I don't know.
Tim's like, oh.
That movie.
Remind me of that movie. God.
Oh, let's go watch it again.
No, never.
Flipperflix redo.
Flipper Flicks remix.
Yeah, maybe for
Remake.
like our 5th anniversary, we can think about that.
Flipper Flicks, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Where we rewatch like 3 films.
There you go.
It's also known as Back at It Again, but
Whatever.
Yeah, you know.
Tim, what do you got for this one?
I was a little more generous just because I think I like the idea of it.
Okay, that's fair.
So I gave it 3 for like
No.
for acting, the vibe, and the pacing. I think they tried to act it as best they could, but it was just trash. The dialogue was a 2.
Thank you. I was
Um,
like, don't say it was a 3.
The music and the cinematography. Now, no, I gave it a.
You know what? I want to go
It's
back and
rough.
change one part on mine. The cinematography needs to be changed to be bad because it's just darkness.
Yeah, and then, I mean, yeah, comparing it to older films and stuff, there, like we were talking about before, there's so many other films that are older that are better.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
How does
It's
that
not
happen?
an indie. We figured that out. So, yeah, staying at a hotel, I keep going.
Oh, I thought you were
What?
gonna be like, wait, I'm
I
gonna
might stop.
I might, but I won't.
I'm not going to, but I might.
My flip
could.
off is what it says to run, and I'm just gonna give the same advice.
Good
Flip off,
call.
get away from it.
Yeah, so I got dialogue, plot, and acting at a 2.
Oof, you guys are generous.
Pacing at a 1. I thought this movie could have just been cut to shit. Like,
Oh yeah.
lots
Yeah,
of
it
parts.
could've been chopped up, yeah.
I had the vibe as a 3 because I feel like with what Tim was saying, was they could have done something cool,
But they
Right.
didn't.
but then they didn't.
Yeah.
So the vibe is it's all right. Like you could have gotten better.
You guys could have got your shit together. CBS.
Yeah, I want to go back and change it to make it even lower, but I'm not going to because that's bad.
Yeah.
But I have it as a flip off, and yeah, I got the 1-word answer of run.
I love
No.
that you guys both got that. So the moral of the story is when CBS is like, hey, you should watch this because you're a Tom Hanks fan,
Yeah.
run
Go.
away. Do
CBS
not flip it on.
CBS films aren't all bad though.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying just don't listen to CBS.
Specifically, yeah.
The algorithm is not going to tell you what you like.
Well, I'll tell you what I really, really like. I like to spin next week's spinner.
Ooh, nice.
That was a decent transition.
I liked it. What?
You guys know what foreshadow is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Back at it again. Oh
Yeah,
my
I knew
god.
it. I could tell from your face that it was that.
I didn't even know that was on the board this time.
That was me.
nice.
So Tim's got to pick a movie that he's seen already and did not
swept
like.
away, right? Tim?
It's got to be swept away.
We're gonna
It
peer
doesn't
pressure
have
you.
to be, but it could be.
I'm not doing swept away. 100%.
Can't get our
Oh
hopes up.
God.
If you like this episode, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FlipperFlix. I guess we don't have to say it anymore, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm old. Follow along, see what we're doing. Interact if you'd like to.
Yeah, hit us up there. I don't know. You can also give us recommendations on other of those sites, or you can go to our website at www.flipperflix.com. Yeah, we do a couple recommendations each season, so we just love we're trying to pander right now. We're trying to get you to come to our website, give us some clicks, and recommend us a movie because, we're going to have to pick those eventually, and more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
You can also, speaking of pandering, you can also rate and review us on Apple, Spotify now. Oh, we also do polls there occasionally, so that's always fun.
Answer Adam's questions.
Answer all of my questions, God damn it.
And if you're wondering, when can I catch these fools? You can catch us at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. We're on Spotify, as Adam mentions, where he does his polls. We're on Apple, Google, Amazon. I believe you can subscribe on the various platforms, and that way you'll get like a push notification or it'll come right into your queue, so that way you don't ever have to look at the clock on Thursday. It'll just be there for you. Kitty!
Can you later? Bye later.